live and local, with coverage you can count on. This is WNAM TV 5 News at 6.
New tonight, a health department calling on college students to isolate as COVID-19 cases surge. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Jamie Sherrod. Coronavirus cases continue to grow in Michigan. Nearly 700 confirmed cases were reported today and 13 new deaths. This now brings the state's total to more than 111,000, with the death toll at 6,591 deaths. Well, Michigan State University students are asked to self-quarantine immediately after a COVID-19 outbreak. The Ingham County Health Department says at least 342 people affiliated with the school have tested positive since August 24th. It's now urging all students to quarantine to contain the outbreak. The department says they noticed an uptick in cases as students return to East Lansing for the fall semester. A third of them have been linked to people attending parties. Well, a coronavirus prediction model shows the number of Americans killed by the virus will likely double over the next 4 months. At worst, the U.S. could reach 600,000 deaths by January. But as Polo Sandoval reports, experts are optimistic about potential vaccines to stop COVID-19.
A cautiously optimistic tone coming from the nation's top infectious disease expert. On Friday, Dr. Anthony Fauci told CNN we may see approval of a safe coronavirus vaccine by the end of the year, though he says it may take several months to get the country vaccinated and protected against the virus.
It's going to take months to get enough people vaccinated to have an umbrella of immunity over the community so that you don't have to worry about easy transmission. And that's what I mean. It's not going to be an overnight event where you have a vaccine and then all of a sudden everything is okay.
Fauci also expressed confidence that the vaccine approval process is being done correctly and without political pressure. Though recent polling indicates 62% of Americans worry the Food and Drug Administration will rush it ahead of the upcoming elections. The chief advisor to the government's COVID vaccine program says he would take it once it's proven safe and effective.
I would frankly turn the question the other way around and say, what would be my ethical reason to withhold a vaccine that I could have developed faster from being developed faster?
And a vaccine can't come soon enough as reopening schools for in-person learning has become a point of contention. Despite opposition by some students, school district officials in Des Moines, Iowa are defying the governor's order to resume in-person classes for at least 50% of their instruction. Meanwhile, at least 40,000 COVID infections have been reported on college campuses in every state. Health officials believe young adults holding social gatherings could be among several factors. Going into the upcoming flu season, CNN medical analyst Dr. Liana Wen recommending people limit risk.
Just because things are open doesn't mean we now need to do it all. If we can go to restaurants, maybe we should not go to bars and restaurants and movie theaters and go back to work and go back to school. We really should look at what are the most essential activities and do that, and still follow every precaution when it comes to washing our hands, wearing our masks, and following social distancing guidelines too.
As for looking back, the coordinator of the White House Coronavirus Task Force says now is the time to get tested if you think you let your guard down over the Labor Day weekend.
Well, that was Polo Sandoval reporting. New research shows dining at indoor restaurants is still a high-risk activity. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The new study found adults with COVID-19 are about twice as likely to have dined at a restaurant 2 weeks prior to feeling sick. The CDC says the lowest risk ways to eat at restaurants are to order takeout, delivery, or going through the drive-thru. A vehicle belonging to a missing man was located in Saginaw. Michigan State Police say the car belongs to a man who has been missing for 9 years. Officials are now using the location of where the vehicle was found to investigate original suspects and see if they have any ties to the case. Michigan police are looking for a gunman who attacked a Detroit area black family 3 times this week. Someone fired a gun at the window of Eddie and Candace Hall's home late Thursday night. Investigating officers found 6 shell casings outside.
The glass just breaking and shattering, and I just went straight to the floor because I didn't know if it was gunshots.
Surveillance video shows a masked hooded man outside their home. Then you can see him firing off 2 shots into their front window. Someone also painted a swastika on one of their vehicles, slashed their tires, and threw a large stone through the front window. Police believe the people responsible for the attacks live in the neighborhood. Well, here is a live look now across mid-Michigan. You can see there are some cloudy skies bringing us some afternoon showers. But will we see more of them tonight? Meteorologist John Gross is watching the forecast. Hi, John.
Hey, good evening, Jamie. Good evening, everybody at home. Yeah, we will expect the chance for some more showers, possibly a few rumbles of thunder as we go into the overnight period tonight. There's a cloudy look now for downtown Saginaw, Huntington Event Park Center. Dry at the moment, but the cloud cover has been holding steady for your Saturday. Current temperature at 70 degrees, dew point creeping up into the upper 50s, and a light breeze out of the southeast today at about 6 miles per hour. Light showers dotting the region across the first 4 and 5 pinpoint Doppler radar from MBS. That's kind of been the theme earlier this afternoon. We do have more moisture to work with. The system itself still parked over towards our west. That'll be pivoting throughout the region as we go into the overnight period tonight, giving us a better chance for some rain shower activity, possibly a few rumbles of thunder. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast with temperatures dipping back down into the 60s. We'll take a look at the full 7-day coming up in just a little bit. Jamie, back to you.
Thank you, John. Well, the streets of Sanford were bustling with music, food, and more as the village celebrates its 150th birthday. TV5's Blake Keller shows us how residents are celebrating after a whirlwind of a year.
In Sanford, a birthday bash like no other.
A lot of stuff going on in Sanford.
The village is celebrating its sesquicentennial anniversary, and after everything the village has endured, from flood damage on top of living in a pandemic, the celebration is just what people need.
You know, just show the love that needs to be spread.
Rick Hatfield, who has spent his time helping residents,
Now we're helping rebuild.
cooking up hamburgers,
We took this opportunity and here we are.
while others check out classic cars or crafts, or dance to music. Tessie Orvis helped bring craft vendors together, and donations and money raised, helping their own.
The craft show goes towards the parks, but I know all the fundings are going back into the community.
A time normally reserved for the village's Founders Day Parade, traditional events canceled this year because of COVID. So volunteers stepped up last minute in order to celebrate the milestone.
It was amazing. We put it together like within a week.
The celebrations, put on completely by volunteers for the village's 150th anniversary, continues to prove that Sanford is strong and will remain strong as they push forward in their rebuilding process.
It makes me feel humble, very humble.
I think if any community deserves an opportunity to get out and spend some time together and fellowship, you know, it's this community.
In Sanford, Blake Keller, WNEM, TV5.
Sanford strong. Well, Sanford residents say they are still in need of volunteers to help with rebuilding. You can find the Sanford Strong group on Facebook. A chance to enjoy the great outdoors in mid-Michigan. A local farm opening for the fall will show you how to enjoy the fun safely. And a cancer survivor serving up sweet treats. How a local woman is giving back.